This is the Blue Man Group. This is the Blue Man Group. This is the Blue Man Group.
This is the Blue Man Group.
This is the Blue Man Group. This is the Blue Man Group.
This is the Blue Man Group.
This is the Blue Man Group. This is the Blue Man Group. This is the Blue Man Group.
This is the Blue Man Group.
This is the Blue Man Group.
Hi, everybody. My name's Ron Ecstasy, and this is Blue Men Group. Today, as always, I'm with Devin Welsh and John Beedron. What's up?
Yo.
Hi.
Okay, well, here we are. It's 5:30 in the morning, and we're recording for you, your ears.
Everyone's got a big cup of coffee.
Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Let's start with our first segment, compliments. So this compliment section is brought to you by Robbie Abiobi in New Zealand. Compliments today. I think I'm just going to keep it simple. Devin, the laugh, love it. Keep it coming. John,
Go ahead.
your energy.
Hit me with your best shot.
Your energy.
We may have to like rethink the compliment section later on.
Yeah, we need to retool it, I think.
Yeah, maybe we should get into criticisms section.
Ooh,
I love that.
terrible idea.
Yeah, but for now, just both of you both got good beards going. I don't have a beard, but you guys are both bearded and looking very good.
That's very true. Devin, you're looking extra smooth lately.
Thank you. Yes,
Yeah.
Very sleek, very, aerodynamic.
it takes
Ron,
both.
It does. You need a little sweet with a little sour.
Yeah.
Ron, you have glasses on.
Yep.
And I know that you are paying attention because you can see.
Thank you. Yeah. Also, just letting you guys know, I'm getting my haircut tomorrow.
Nice.
Nice.
So
What are you going to get? Pompadour?
yeah, thinking of that, maybe get a perm again. I like sitting under the little perm machine and reading Chatelaine magazine. Learning
Big
about
deal.
new apple cobblers, that kind of stuff, fritters, peach fritter.
Household uses for vinegar.
Yep. Learning about new electric appliances. Okay, anyway, let's get into... Thanks, guys. Thanks for those compliments. That was nice. But let's get into our favorite new segment. Wait, it's not new. I mean, our favorite... It's not even our favorite segment. Let's get into the segment, This Week in History.
April 8th, 2005. At the Vatican, world leaders joined pilgrims and Roman Catholic clergy in St. Peter's Square for the funeral of Pope John Paul II.
Wait,
Yeah.
what year was that? Pilgrims.
2005.
Have they
Yeah,
really
the-
had pilgrims? Has the
Yes.
church really had pilgrimages, or is it just tourists?
The pilgrims were there.
Pilgrimage is a form of tourism, but what I'm wondering is where were all these people when this guy was alive?
There we go.
Very good point.
The place
There
is
we go.
packed.
All these townies out from visiting because the guy died finally.
Yeah.
They wait until he's not breathing anymore to finally show up and say, "Hey, we care about this guy."
Right.
Yeah, so Pope John Paul II, Poland's first pope. What else is there to say about the guy?
Was he the Nazi one? Was he the
No,
youth
that was
boy?
Cardinal Ratzinger, also known as Pope Benedict. Ask me
Right.
any AMA about popes, apparently. So JP2, he's, I don't know, people loved him. He was very popular for some reason. I think because he was from Poland, maybe.
Yeah. The Poles were really. It was nice to the church. Threw them a bone
Yeah.
by getting a Pole in.
Didn't he sort of take quite a strong position in the sort of Cold War period as well?
Yes.
I feel
Yeah,
like-
he
point.
was the
Good point.
Solidarność Pope.
He's a political asset.
exactly right.
He flexed the Vatican's political muscle
The anti-communist Pope.
because they can't.
flexed the Vatican's political muscle.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's I mean, okay, so in terms of my favorite popes,
Go ahead.
he's number 7. Here we go. The countdown.
Let's
No,
be
I-
honest. I brought this up when we were trying to figure out what to cover for This Week in History. We decided on this one because of the music at the beginning.
That's true.
It's cool music.
It
is
is
cool.
And that's kind of the only reason we did it.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about the Vatican. I know that it's like a tiny little country. It's I think a lot of like smoke and mirrors happening. I think
Absolutely. Lots of intrigue and cloak and dagger type stuff.
yeah, a lot of whispering. It's very weird.
Men with hoods on,
Yeah.
gossiping.
Nobody's getting laid. It's
No.
like a complete like
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I mean, like it's what's the nightlife in the Vatican like? Is
Yeah.
there
well,
like
it's
clubs?
Italian. Yeah, it's like Euro, like discotheque.
Yes, a different kind of smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, but then you go into the Vatican nightclub, right? And it's playing like music like we just heard in the
Yeah.
thing, like choral. It's like a DJ playing choral music.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be pretty cool. Everybody's in robes, having wine, Jesus' blood. Yeah, it's a weird situation over
It's like
there.
an interesting scene. Do you think John Paul II, he died? Do you think he went to heaven?
You know what?
Probably.
I have to think out of anyone in the world, he probably did. I don't believe in
Probably
it.
had to.
I don't think heaven exists for anyone else except the guy who spent his whole life like convinced, like so
Yeah.
convinced that it's there. He's the mayor of heaven.
But yeah, let's wrap it up. That's a good.
You don't want to talk about him anymore? Okay.
No, I'm good on JP too.
Well, imagine he goes to non-Catholic heaven. And he's like,
Oh,
filed
Oh
low.
yeah, he goes. Yeah, exactly. He shows up and it's like, hey, you
Salt
had
Lake
the wrong
City.
thing, but close.
it's Anglican. He's like, "Are you serious?" He's
Yeah.
like, "I was this close."
I was so
Like-
close.
It's like, "Sorry, bud." He's like, "We kind of like you, but not really."
Yeah.
All right, so that was Pope John Paul II. You know what? Rest in peace, my young soul.
Yes.
young soldier.
Young at heart.
Carry on, young soldier, is how we'll send him off. And now he's flying away. There he goes. Wave goodbye. Bye bye.
Bye.
Okay. Let's get into what's in the news.
What is in the news?
Well, John, I'm glad you asked. We have an absolutely bonkers news situation. Okay.
Yeah, we're angry today. That's another thing that we wanted to
Yeah, we're ticked
mention.
off today.
Yeah, we're ticked
Yeah.
off, and so our attitude today, I think, is gonna go in a more critical direction. We're just kind of perplexed, confused. We've had enough of it. Whatever's
Yeah.
going on, it's just we're done.
Too much, we say.
Yeah.
It's because we've been hanging out on the CNN.com website, and this is what we found. Headline: Woman with the world's longest nails cuts them after nearly 30 years.
Come on.
Yeah. So what's going on here?
How long were they?
Why?
Come on, enough.
How long were they? Nearly 30 years long.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
19 feet. 19 feet long. She broke the Guinness Book of World Records in 2017. Ayanna Williams of Houston. Took her more than 2 bottles of nail polish and 20 hours to do her manicure at the
Oh
time.
my God.
Oh, and then that was when she broke the record, and then they got even longer.
Oh, wow.
From
Final
2017
measurement.
to recently,
Yeah.
24 feet and like a fraction of an inch.
Oh my God. Okay. So that
Why? Yeah.
Until
is
now, Williams was unable to do some activities such as washing the dishes and putting sheets on a bed. She said her new goal is to encourage the next history-making nail enthusiast to go for a Guinness World Records title. So is this about shirking household duties?
Or
It
is it about
seems-
quitting the dream?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
seems as though like okay, Guinness Book. I am starting to have some issues with Guinness Book
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
when I was a kid, it meant something to be in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Right.
Okay, Why did it mean something? Because that book was available in the book sales.
In the book section of the classroom.
And it's the one that I always, it's the one that I always wanted to read.
Yeah.
But now it's making people go psycho. Okay. So
It's pushing people.
it's pushing people to have 24-foot long nails. Now, what is going on?
Okay, so it says that this woman couldn't do certain things, and I'm looking at her hands, and the nails go like curve towards her like knees and lower.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to imagine what she could do.
I know.
It seems very little.
So debilitating. Like, I feel like that debilitation has to factor into the psychology of it to some degree.
Also, I'm seeing photos of the nails, and I don't see 24 feet of nails.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's true. Yeah, maybe she
They're like-
trimmed them for these photos, or I don't know.
3 feet long or something. Like,
Yeah, it's interesting. But
really
there's
gross
so
looking.
gross.
Oh, maybe
Yeah,
it's
it looked
total
like-
length of nail. Total length of nail.
Yeah.
Calculated. But yeah. So anyway.
Oh, I don't know. That looks pretty damn long there.
Yeah, that's long. Enough.
They had to use so you can imagine that they didn't have those like regular nail clippers, because you wouldn't be able to feed
A
all the
Dremel.
nail
They had to
all the
use
way
a
through.
Dremel.
They used a bone saw.
Yeah, Dremel.
Yeah.
Let me say Dremel 3 more times.
Yeah, please go
John,
ahead.
acknowledge me. I'm trying to tell you what that machine is called. Now, I just want to. I'm on the Guinness Book of World Records terrible website, and the one good thing about their website is that they have a comment section.
Nice.
Now, Eric Tovin, the top comment, 1 day ago, 7 upvotes, says those aren't the world's longest nails, and she never had the record. There was a Middle Eastern man with nails nearly more than 3 times that long in the official record. Now, Missy Dawn Crooker follows up with, It was the woman's record, not the men's. Read the whole story.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He got 94 likes on that comment.
Yeah, that was a big comment.
So
Rock to the Guinness World Records community. But yeah, this story is just like, okay, so she won in 2017. She cut her nails, not holding the record anymore. I don't understand. What is the news story here?
Wait, no, but then the news story also says the record for the longest fingernails ever on a pair of female hands still belongs to Lee Redmond, who started to grow them in 1979. They reached a length of 28 feet, but Redmond lost them in an automobile accident in 2009, according to Guinness World Records.
What?
She was driving, and that's one of the other things you can't do with long nails
So
is drive a car.
So this person doesn't even have the record for longest fingernails ever on a pair of female hands.
Right.
Okay,
And
this is
they
really
put that
ticking
at
me off here.
they put that at the very end of the article.
So it's not the headline is completely fake. It's
Women
Yeah.
with it's completely incorrect.
okay. Well,
Great. Well,
my God,
Yeah.
makes me even more upset, to be
I'm really
honest.
mad.
I know. yeah, I'm ticked off.
I'm really PO'd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grow my nails in 1979. They were probably 1 3/4 inches when I decided
Wow.
to stop filing them.
So this is Lee
And,
Redmond. This is Lee Redmond, the actual world record holder.
Yeah.
I just kind of a challenge to myself to see how far they would go before they started twisting out of shape, and
Ooh.
I couldn't cut them. So they just kept growing and growing, and I kept setting dates that I was going to do it, and then I started getting all of this.
You can hear the clacking of them.
I
Like
know.
they're like claws.
and then it's strange how they become part of you.
Oh,
Wow.
Writing
I
with them
encourage
on.
I encourage everyone to look up sort of record breaking nail length, because it's a very strange thing to see, especially video of it.
Someone using their hands.
And it
Yeah.
seems to change the way in which her hands work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like the weight of the nails have kind of changed the positioning of her fingers, and it seems
does
like she's
seem
in
that
a
way.
very awkward finger positioning. It looks like it hurts. It almost looks like like arthritis.
It does look a little arthritic, yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very, very weird. Yeah, if you should go take a look at this video.
Also, she has a double wedding ring band on her on her left hand. How did and I'm assuming they had to slide it on her nails.
Yeah, down the nail.
Down
my
the
God.
nail all the way through.
Also, so
okay.
yeah, look up this interview. It's called Exclusive Interview with Lee Redmond. And then look, so she's sitting on her couch. If you look over her right shoulder, her left shoulder, our right shoulder, there seems to be a very like fancy painting of her showing off her nails,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
looks kind of cool.
Very
Right.
eccentric woman overall. I think her whole decor in her home is very eccentric, very interesting.
Yeah. I kind of want to maybe reach out to Lee and talk about this because I want to know if her fingers are okay. Okay, so that is weird. We've been lied to by CNN. We walked right into that.
Yeah.
And,
Well, I think I pieced it together. She had the longest nails at the time because Lee lost hers.
Oh,
Now
right.
neither woman
That's
has
right.
the longest nails in the world.
oh, okay. I see. Yes.
And
yes, thank you.
what do we have a pull quote here from Williams. With or without my nails, I will still be the queen.
True.
Yeah.
Agreed.
My nails don't make me. I make my nails.
Yeah.
I agree with
Williams
that,
said she
too.
plans to only grow her nails about 6 inches.
That's moderate, reasonable.
A conservative
Yeah.
6 inches.
Yeah.
She was having a difficult time driving, making phone calls, cooking, making her bed.
Yeah, the bed.
So we're going to go down to 6 inches where everything is, easy, way easier.
Much more doable.
Yeah.
Wait, let's move on here. So I'm seeing this in my kind of frazzled, agitated state as kind of, it's something's not right. You're growing your nails out like that. And here's another story where something's not quite right. This is a story from the AP with the headline, "A paper cowboy rides out his quarantine in Australian hotel."
What?
And so this is kind of one of those oddities, news stories that I think made the rounds because people took it to be a fun, kind of happy story of this guy who, by day 3 of being confined to his Australian hotel room for quarantine, David Marriott was getting bored. He then proceeded to essentially use brown paper bags to create a full cowboy outfit as well as create a full horse made out of paper. And then he sort of completed his look as a paper cowboy.
Yeah.
There's something very upsetting about all of these photos. This
I
looks
don't
like
get it.
this. Yeah.
I don't know how a paper horse it's so detailed that it's a really well done horse. And it's
Ron's actually
bothering me.
impressed.
It's bothering me how good it is because there's nothing in my head, in my peculiar, crazy head that would tell me by looking at a bunch of paper being like, I'm going to make an animal out of it and it's going to look real.
Yeah.
And so you also see in some of the pictures that are included in the story, they're all taking place in a small hotel room.
Yeah.
And there are all of these plastic bottles stacked up by the TV,
Yeah.
as well as a huge tower of takeout containers stacked up. So he's kind of, living in this increasingly neurotic space.
Yeah. This feels like there's probably there's water bottles
There's
collected and stacked
incredible-
everywhere.
Incredible amount of bottles.
I imagine that there's just also a pile of dead flies and maybe his fingernails in another corner of the room, and he's starting to scrawl messages on the wall. This seems like the activities of a sick man.
There's almost 20 plastic bottles and there's over a week's worth of takeout containers.
And then in his in later photos, he moves beyond his kind of paper cowboy outfit to then what appears to be he strapped himself into a chair with cellophane and saran wrap, with saran wrap rather, and he's sort of turned one of the pieces of saran wrap into a whip to whip the back of the horse.
As if he's in some kind of chariot.
Yeah.
Some sort of Ben-Hur-esque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have to also point out, now call me a bit paranoid here, but there's some neuro-linguistic programming going on in this here article. What we have here is a viral article, right? I was sent this morning by somebody, outside before we even put it into this thing. This is a very viral article. Okay. He is staying at a hotel. He's doing fun things at a hotel during a very bad time, quarantine. This guy has to be in a hotel for like 2 weeks probably, okay?
Yeah.
His name is David Marriott.
Oh my.
And what's
Now-
his job?
I don't even
I believe
remember.
it says he's an art director for TV commercials.
So he's in marketing.
Yes.
Interesting.
And his name is Marriott. And
And
he's
he's in a
having
hotel.
fun at a hotel.
Yeah.
Okay.
And do you know what he's doing? He's spending his time correctly. You know, he's actually putting things into the world. They're telling us.
Yeah. So I don't like this one bit.
No.
I'm,
This is a spawn
story
con. This is
disturbs me.
sponsored content by Marriott, JW Marriott Hotels. I imagine the Marriott hotel chain is probably the largest hotel chain in the world. I don't know, but
We'll look that up and confirm.
Yeah.
Our producer
I-
will give us a note on that one.
oh, look at this. The 10
it is.
biggest hotel chains. Number 1, Marriott, $22 billion a year.
okay.
Number 2, Hilton, $9 billion. So
Wow.
Marriott
Head and
has
shoulders, yeah.
the cash.
To
Yeah.
spend on paper
I know.
takeout supplies.
It seems so improbable that this guy was able to successfully build this horse out of paper bags. It's a very improbable situation.
There's just something flimsy about this story where it's like it feels fake. He seems to have like ulterior motives. There's this sort of like, can you believe it? And it's like not that impressive, or there's just something very like creepy and fake about this story.
Yeah,
Even
agree.
if it's like not SpawnCon.
The conspicuous stacks of takeout containers.
Yeah, you really have to see this. I'm tempted to just post all these links in the Discord right now, but don't want to ruin it before we get there. But it's not good. I don't like it one bit.
This man's clearly losing his mind. Somebody needs to make sure that he's got some sort of access to therapy or something, because they're going to go into that hotel room at the end of quarantine and there's going to be like gunshots in the walls and like
Yeah, I know.
he's gonna like unload his 6-shooter.
He thinks he's a cowboy. He's a cowboy with nowhere to roam. He's
He's been fenced in.
Yeah.
You can't do that to a cowboy.
So what we're
Anyway.
seeing is, people, just a couple of cases of people that seem to have just gone completely crazy,
Yeah.
and or are trying to pitch us on a hotel brand.
Yes. It feels as though
Or Dremels.
reality is currently just being bent into weird things, and maybe like we don't even understand reality itself just because of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But that leads us to our next article. Headline: Strong evidence found for a new force of nature. And these are called muons, apparently.
All right. Come on. More like move on, because I'm not
Yeah.
interested.
So this is, listen, put your science hat on
Yeah.
if you have one. And
Yeah.
just try to figure this out with me here.
Yeah.
These things called muons or something. From sticking a magnet on a fridge door to throwing a ball into a basketball hoop, the forces of physics are at play in every moment of our lives. That's like to get us thinking about physics, I guess. All of the forces we experience every day can be reduced to just 4 categories. Does anybody know them?
I don't
Gravity, electromagnetism, and the strong force and the weak force.
I was going to say
Close.
hot, cold, and lukewarm.
You were close. So now we're getting to what this actually means, I think. Now, physicists say they have found possible signs of a 5th fundamental force of nature.
Can I make a guess?
Yes.
Is it agnostic humanism?
No.
The secret 5th force influencing the world.
Incorrect. It's actually Dave Marriott. He's the secret 5th force of nature,
It's cowboy
and-
magic.
and he's in a hotel.
Yeah. Paper cowboys are pulling the strings of our reality here, folks.
Yeah, so there's some reason. Oh, the Fermi Lab, right? The Fermi Lab in Illinois is where they were doing this research. Findings come at the laboratory near Chicago. 4 fundamental forces govern how all objects and particles in the universe interact with each other. Okay, we get that, but
Then they explain what gravity is. Moving on.
yeah, the results from the Muon G2 experiment don't add up to a conclusive discovery yet. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Someone
good to know.
rushed to the
Good to
presses
know.
with this story before it was fully developed. Clearly.
Yeah, I think it's sort of like the evidence that they have is something went wrong in their experiments that they can't explain, and so maybe it's muons.
So we should keep an eye on it, I guess.
Professor Ben Alanak from Cambridge University, who is not involved with the latest effort, said, "My spidey sense is tingling and telling
What?
me that this is going to be real. I've been
Okay.
looking all my career for forces and particles beyond what we know already, and this is it. This is the moment that I've been waiting for, and I'm not getting a lot of sleep because I'm too excited."
I hate the fact that like a science professor who probably understands the world in such like incredibly intricate ways
Nuanced
Yeah.
ways.
says like my spidey sense is tingling.
Yeah.
He's a big fan of Spider-Man, and his proposal is that we name the fifth force Spidey Sense,
Spidey
Yeah.
sense.
and or this is SpawnCon for the next like Marvel movie.
Yeah, we've been trying to figure out what spidey sense actually is. And
Breaking news: Thanos is real.
It's
Yeah,
the,
exactly.
They've discovered.
It's the fifth force.
Yeah, this fifth force poses a clear and existential threat to the fate of humanity. We need a hero to save us.
Perhaps a league of avenging fellows.
Perhaps we can make $4 or $5 billion movies about them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some essentially scientists are doing a lot of stuff
I feel like
when
this
we're not
story-
watching.
Yeah, I feel like this story breaks every year where they're like, "There's a new force, and we don't know what it is yet, but we
Yeah.
just found out that there's another one."
Yeah, something's up, everybody.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so we're looking into it.
Yeah. So this came from BBC.com, and then there's a photo of the galaxy in the article with the caption: "There are many puzzles about the universe that we can't currently explain."
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you very much.
That's
I appreciate that.
That's sort of like a Guinness World Records like book, like pictograph. Like that's the level of like insight and like diagram
Yeah.
that you'd expect, or it's just like
It's
or like Nickelodeon magazine, just a picture of a Milky Way, and it's like science is
It's
very
like-
deep,
We're still figuring
Science
it
is
out.
very
mysterious.
But it's one of those. It's a statement that I can. One of the maybe rare statements that I can wholeheartedly agree with.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There are many puzzles about the universe that we can't currently explain.
Period. That's the truest sentence in the entire article.
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
And
And then there's a bunch of mumbo jumbo, Muon G2 experiment, blah blah blah. They're talking about the experiments and
Something about God, something. Anyway.
Yeah, so there's a quote here. Dr. Maggie Adarin Pocock, or maybe it's Poco, I don't know, co-presenter of BBC's Sky at Night program, told BBC News it's quite mind-boggling. It has the potential to turn physics on its head. That's interesting. That would be like a physics experiment to turn something on its head. But we have a number of mysteries that remain unsolved, and this could give us the key to the answers to solve these mysteries. Okay, cool.
Could underlined and then also will never be followed up on.
It's like-
yeah.
Yeah, it's like does anybody remember Game Genie? It was this thing that like you could for Nintendo, it was like a it was like a condom for Nintendo games.
Yeah.
Where it would like stick into the Nintendo and then you would shove that thing into your Nintendo machine.
Yeah.
And it would give you like codes that you didn't necessarily have.
Yeah. And they would sort of break the world of the game. where it's
Exactly.
like you playing a racing game and then it's like you can just fly or whatever.
Yeah, because you have Game Genie now.
Right.
So look that up if you're interested. But what I'm trying to make the parallel comparison here
I
is
see where
like
you're going with this.
this fifth force is like Game Genie.
Yeah.
It will
These
flip.
muon particles.
Yeah, it will flip everything on its head. And
It's going to give us all the cheat codes.
It's going to give us unlimited ammo and guns.
yep,
yeah.
there you go. So I'm going to actually type up the memo now to our science desk. I don't know if you can hear me typing. Science desk. Look into Muon G2. So There we go. Okay, so the science desk of Blue Men Group.
Ron was
going to
typing
be-
into it's just a keyboard, and it's hardwired into a matrix printer a couple
Yes.
rooms down, and it just
Yeah.
prints everything he typps out. It's really impressive.
It is, and
It's something we
and-
got in an estate sale. It's from 1972.
Yeah, it's Vanvar Bush actually did the coding of it. It's an early cybernetic telex machine connected to some pretty hyper real destinations. Okay, so let's move along. We are sent that off to the science desk. They're going to be researching that.
So far, what do we got? 2 stories here that we're sort of ho hum about.
Yeah. We're kind of upset. We feel we've been misled. We've been kind of confronted with the dark side of the world, the mental health crisis unfolding, and these kinds of strange claims by what seem to be pranksterish scientists.
Yeah, and just let it be known too, listener, that we are like professional news readers and gatherers, and we are like sitting here day and night, just like reading all this stuff, like going through it, looking up names, trying to figure out what is going on, and we're just, I think we're reaching a point where we're just saying like, what is going on?
What is happening? And you know
Enough
what?
is enough.
Some of these stories sound kind of frivolous, except for maybe the Muon God particles story. But we always do our best to bring you the most pressing, urgent news stories of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the cream of the crop every week. This week it feels a little weak. I feel
It does.
maybe they just didn't have enough, good
Not
stories.
much
Maybe not
news,
enough
yeah.
interesting things happened in the world this week. But this is the best that we're getting, and we're really,
I'm angry.
puzzling. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I'm a little frustrated.
All right, here's one to maybe make it up for you, John. I don't know. I'm not putting it in stone. I'm just saying, like, tell me what you think of this one. Headline.
Hit me with it.
Headline: Secrets of guerrilla communication laid bare.
Come on.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm already skeptical, but you read the headline and you're like, oh yeah, that's pretty interesting. I want to know. I want to know how they do it. But then it gets into here. The bigger a male gorilla, the better he is at beating his chest to signal to friends and foe just how powerful he is. Scientists confirmed.
Have just confirmed this. It turns out that the scientist is my 6-year-old cousin. Who just watched a video about gorillas.
Turned on Animal Planet for an afternoon.
Yeah,
The bigger a gorilla is, the stronger the gorilla is.
Scientists have confirmed that gorillas actually do the number one most cliche thing they do in cartoons.
The article goes on to say the impressive drumming sound is, as suspected, a measure of size and strength. A new study shows.
What the hell? This is just like
I thought we
going
knew
through
this.
well-established things. Yeah, exactly. Going through well-established facts of nature. I mean, like, let's prove this thing we already know so we can have like a breaking headline.
Gentlemen, let's prove the sky is blue.
So
Scientists have discovered that the oven is hot by placing their hands on top of it after making some tea.
Edward Wright of the Max Planck Institute for Evolutionary Anthropology in Leipzig, Germany, says, for a long time now, we've assumed it's some kind of showing off of how powerful they are. And they do this towards males and females. Oh my God.
Incredible.
Towards males to say, look, I'm big and strong. Don't mess with me. And to the females, look, I'm pretty big and strong. Maybe you want to choose me as a mate.
Yeah, that's called like natural selection in the animal world.
I feel like there have been researchers that have, because I feel like I read about this in like a kid's book about animals.
Yeah. Like 30 years ago.
National Geographic Kids, the issue about gorillas, I think, opens up with the fact that gorillas beat their chests to show off how strong they are.
So anyway,
I'm
angry.
Yeah, there's got to be like so much clip art out there of like gorillas doing that.
This is honestly, it's condescending. This is from like BBC Science Desk.
Yeah,
it is.
I'm upset. I feel talked down to by the BBC.
I know. I'm PO'd. I've said it before.
Male gorillas learn chest beating from an early age, practicing the skill as they grow up.
Oh,
Insightful.
These are an honest signal of body size. In other words, male gorillas can't fake it. Okay. Well, that's cool.
That's a fun one. I think we
Unlike
also
cats, which puff themselves up to look bigger than they actually are.
yeah, we're looking into that though. It's not. We're not.
It's
sure
not
about that yet.
confirmed. Yeah.
I think I could be like a gorilla researcher now. Like not to downplay Coco and the Coco's mother.
Right.
His name is
Mrs. Coco.
Yeah.
But yeah, gorillas. Like at this point, I feel like gorillas are writing novellas already. Like we've been communicating with them. We know what they want. We know what they think.
There's a video of like Coco the gorilla like finding out that Robin Williams is dead, and then she like opines and like
she writes
makes
a poem
comments
about
on like
it.
she like comments on like human nature.
Yeah, she wrote what was basically like a haiku, a gorilla haiku about Robin Williams' death.
Yeah,
and we're like we're analyzing like the most facile kind of like basic things. It's kind of like I could be a gorilla researcher and be like, I've actually proven that the poo comes out of the butt.
Exactly.
That's basically the kind of work they're doing. The researchers came up with their conclusions by measuring the body size of male gorillas from photographs, and they compared them.
Good. They are looking at photographs. That's good. I'm happy that they're looking at photographs. I too have been looking at photographs of gorillas, and I have made
My conclusion is similar.
Yeah, some conclusions I've made as well are that they're very large.
I concur.
big.
We should peer review this article.
Yeah.
This is like a group of like 10-year-olds being like, I'm positing the hypothesis that gorillas are big, and then the other 10-year-old gets a hold of it and he goes, I concur.
The wider the back, the deeper the chest beats. Okay, that makes sense. I get that.
Yeah.
It's like the bigger the stereo, the louder it's going to be as well. Like it's like I can make these kinds of conclusions because I'm a gorilla researcher.
And we can ask the gorillas at this point, I think the technology is there and like the work has been put in to make that happen.
And we'll get like really deep information too, probably. Be like, well, Devin, I'm glad you asked how I'm feeling as a silverback gorilla.
Because what Jane Goodall was doing in
Jane
Africa?
Goodall, that's it. Yes.
They're simplifying it down to this basic thing. It's like, oh, they do it to demonstrate how big they are. But for the gorillas themselves, they might have this cultural reason why they do it. You know, they might put it in different terms, and I think it's worth hearing from them.
You're starting to sound like a gorilla researcher. It sounds
Well,
like you know what you're talking about.
You're starting to sound like a breaking, like experimental gorilla researcher.
Yeah.
I dabble.
I don't see you measuring photographs or anything. You're like making abstract statements based on like
I'm more
theoretical
of like
applications.
a continental school of gorillas.
Yeah. You're an
Oh
ape
my God.
philosopher.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Well, the gorillas seem to be outsmarting the researchers, which is cool. That's a good way to frame it.
I would like to see somebody send these ape researchers maybe like a YouTube link to Coco the gorilla, like giving a speech to the UN.
Yeah.
we
and see what they think about that.
Yeah, we should introduce these gorilla researchers to Coco.
Yeah. Their minds
Blow
would be
their
blown.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, any gorilla researchers would like to get in contact, you can. Please send us a message. We prefer letters, and you can send those to our P.O. Box. P.O. Box 21249, Detroit, Michigan 48221. All right, so that takes us to our last segment here on the show, the hero of the week.
Do you want to intro this one, Ron?
Yeah. I hope this is a good story because I'm sour after all.
I know.
Of those
I don't have
prior
much
stories.
hope left. I feel like I need something to lift me up, something to make me feel there is a God out there shining down on us. There is hope in this world.
Yeah, I would like this story to give me. I would like to leave the studio this morning with a spring in my step. I hope this story can just reverse all of the horrible bad news we just went through.
All right, well, let me just go through I've got like 6 other ones that you won't like, so let's
Ron's
go through
sweating.
the ones that you would like.
He's wiping his brow with old stories he can't use.
Here we go. You're going to like this one. Baby born with 3 penises makes medical history.
Oh,
Yes.
that's
Yes.
a wave of relief is washing over
Finally,
me.
some good news.
Good things come in threes? An Iraqi boy, no doubt, etched his name into the Phallic Hall of Fame. What? That's actually in Iceland, I think. There's that like penis museum.
Oh, yeah.
Phallic Hall of Fame after he was born with a whopping trio of penises.
Damn.
This is from the New York Post, by the way. So this is like we know that it's good, like humorous.
It's good
fun-loving
smut.
journalism. Yeah.
They've got some
Yeah.
good flavor text in this one.
Exactly. So here's a quote. To the best of our knowledge, this is the first reported case with 3 penises or triphallia, wrote Dr. Shakir Salim Jubali in a study on the treble-membered tyke published in the International Journal of Surgery Case Reports.
Oh my gosh.
I like to imagine that this quote, to our best of our knowledge, this is the first reported case, wrote Dr. Shakir Salim Jabali. He said jealously. with a quiver in his voice.
He whispered jealously.
We've never seen anything like it.
The baby boy, a Kurd from Duak, was originally brought to the hospital by his parents when he was 3 months old due to the swelling in the scrotum. However, when he arrived, doctors observed that he had some extras. 1 2-centimeter member sprouting near the root of his primary penis, and another 1 centimeter long schlong situated under his sack.
Damn.
That is in the New York Post.
Oh.
He's got me beat
Yeah.
at least twice over.
But this young child, is a light unto the world.
Yeah.
What else can we say about him?
This
here?
might be the second coming or the third.
Oh my God.
The Hydra-esque anomaly was particularly mysterious, as the child hadn't been exposed to drugs in the womb and didn't have a family history of genetic aberration, study authors reported. So maybe it's not an aberration. Maybe it's just
You know what I think this is? Yeah. You know what I think this is? This is like, sometimes people like have like a toothache, and it turns out that like their like adult teeth are coming in too early, and it's like pushing out the baby tooth before it's dislodged.
Yeah.
I think these 3 penises, he's just going through, because you know how you have 3 penises through your life, one falls off.
Yep.
And the adolescent one grows,
Right.
and that one goes out, and then you have your adult one come in. I think they're all just coming in at the same time.
Right.
It's like his wisdom teeth.
Yeah.
But maybe that'll happen with all 3 of the penises, so then he'll keep getting new ones periodically.
Like a shark.
Listen to this. Alas, it seems that the boy's potential future as the world's first 3-pronged porn star was nipped in the bud. Since 3 Willie's additional phalluses didn't have urethras, the tube that urine passes through, doctors decided to surgically remove these 2.
Damn.
Oh, I see. Okay, well, that's good. I mean, whatever is best for the health of the child, ultimately. But,
Yeah. I just hope that is for medical reasons, and it's not because the doctors were driven insane with jealousy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that it's the latter.
And then like in further down the line in this this young boy's life, whether it's like, hey, are you circumcised? It's like, yeah, I mean,
you could say that.
Yeah, I've been hacked up a bit. I mean, like,
Yeah.
got a few extras.
Yeah.
But this is,
I'm streamlined down there.
this is definitely weird. But the article mentions Double Dick Dude. If you remember that from 2015, it was a Reddit post about a person with 2 10-inch long functioning penises.
Wow.
And I believe there was a photo in the Reddit thread. You can look that up if you want. But I don't diphallic, it's called.
Okay, yeah.
Instead of triphallic.
So the article does talk about this. It says, despite boasting the only recorded case of triphallia, this latest case study isn't the only multi-membered kid out there. First reported in 1609, the condition diphallia, or sporting a pair of penises, reportedly affects 1 in every 5 to 6 million baby boys, with around 100 recorded cases reported in literature, according to the new study.
Do you think that this could be like a situation, because this seems extremely rare, do you think that this could be sort of like You know how like in the Soviet Union they would like kind of lie about how productive like their mines or their factories were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think this could be like a Kurdish like sort of like hokum where they're like, yeah, we have the most masculine babies in the world.
Yeah. We're actually yeah.
Oh, we already removed them. I'm sorry, but it's the only case of Triphallia ever.
They were gigantic and fully functional, but we just had to get rid of them.
We had to cut them off.
I just like Kurdish hokum. It sounds like a dish.
Yeah.
Okay, so back to this double dick dude. I found out that diphallic dude wrote a book called My Life with Two Penises, international best-selling digital book double header. So in the cover is like two penises in a pair of jeans. I think I could read that. It's probably not that. It's 105 pages. I can read.
Oh,
that
it looks like
today.
I'm looking at Ron's Amazon
It's
account,
free
and
on
it says,
Kindle.
"Would you like to order it again? Would you like to purchase the item again?" So it looks like maybe it's on the way, or you've already read it.
Send me your heavily marked up copy.
Yeah. So yeah, this is interesting. I think we should be maybe paying attention to this. I don't know. We have to put our heads together on this one.
I'm looking forward to between the three of us, surely we can make some kind of sense of this.
Yeah. Let's reenact it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway,
I'm
let's
looking forward to having this boy on as next week's guest.
Yes,
Yeah.
he'll be next week's guest to let us know. Just trying to work out a microphone situation for him. We have 3 different types of microphones he's trying, and only one of them's working. So let's move along. That was What's in the News. Thank you so much for joining us there. That was the Hero of the Week, actually. So,
Hero of the Week is kind of an extension of What's in the News in a way.
that is true.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a subsection thereof.
Right.
And people have been saying that. I know.
Yes, thereof.
Everybody has been saying that. How
I know.
they're like,
Ron has also now become a continental philosopher.
Yes.
Words like thereof.
I say thereof. All right, well, let's take ourselves, walk over. I see it right over there. You see it too. It's our last segment. Last week's numbers.
I can't wait to hear about the numbers.
I can't.
All right,
wait
everybody.
either.
Welcome to the Number Zone.
Good to see all of you here. It's nice to have so many of you joining us. I know that a lot of people think that last week's numbers is an optional segment.
Nope.
And they like to duck out early, kind of like, study hall or whatever, but it's not. You are being graded on your attendance.
Oh,
and I'm glad that this core group has stuck around.
Me too. I'm happy, and everybody looks really good today. Last 7 days, 139 downloads.
Nice.
All right.
It's good. That's
Nice.
good.
Yeah, that's solid.
We're staying strong.
Last 30 days, 622 all-time downloads, 2,300. It's an
Nice.
exact number.
Excellent. It feels like just yesterday we were trying to get to 1776.
Yeah.
I know. And now we're at 2,300. I think that's like double 1776, maybe. I don't know.
We'll just say roughly.
Sure. So over the past 14 days, we're up 6%. So we're still in the positives. Let's keep that going.
Yeah.
Last week's episode, April Fools, in the first week had 69 downloads. That's funny.
Oh, nice.
'Cause that's the sex number. So it's funny that when that stuff happens.
It's the number we've decided is the funny number.
Right.
Yes. So I think, okay, we're doing well. Again, don't forget, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, do the 5-star. That helps. And then write something funny. If you're listening to it elsewhere, just keep it playing even on mute when you're done.
Mm-hmm.
And then
And tell everyone you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Please.
Start a chain letter.
Post it on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook, but it would be interesting to post it on Facebook if anybody could do that.
Yeah, especially in groups, like just
Yeah.
people that you wouldn't necessarily expect to be interested, just post it and just see what happens.
Yeah, if there's a particular Facebook group that you're a member of, like maybe you're in a Facebook group for people with diphallia, you could post today's episode in that group because
That'd
it
be
would
perfect.
be relevant.
Yeah.
Or, if you are in a group with gorilla enthusiasts, or
Yep.
perhaps people who are perplexed by gorillas,
Yep.
either one would work.
Yeah, and also like I have a feeling people are always there's always a post somewhere in your social feeds that's like, hey, what podcast are you listening to? Drop this one in there. It's great.
Yeah.
Friends love it when you recommend a podcast. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Excited to be back in your ears next week. And I want you to, keep your head up. And I want you to stay active. I want you to get that heart rate going. And I want that brain to be all warmed up for next week's episode. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.